I'm about to tell you something that'll make you angry. That diet you're on, the one where you're white-knuckling your way through cravings, science says you're doing the one thing that guarantees failure. Here's the wild part. The more you try to resist that donut, the more likely you are to eat it. In fact, you're actually training your brain to crave it more. And by the end of this video, you'll know the 5 counterintuitive tricks that make self-control automatic. No willpower needed. You've been there. It's 9 p.m., you're exhausted from a brutal day at work, and suddenly you're standing in front of the fridge eating ice cream straight from the container. Again. Or you're scrolling TikTok when you swore you'd go to the gym. And here comes that familiar voice. I just don't have enough willpower. What's wrong with me? Drop 100 points in the comments if this hits way too close to home. Here's the truth. Nothing is wrong with you. You've just been sold a complete myth about how self-control actually works. And this myth, it's costing you your goals, your confidence, and honestly, your sanity. Today, I'm going to blow apart the 5 biggest misconceptions about willpower that keep Americans trapped in guilt and failure. You'll learn what actually drives human behavior, why your brain is basically conspiring against your New Year's resolutions, and most importantly, the real strategies that work when white-knuckling it doesn't. Stick with me through all 5, because number 4 is the game changer that nobody talks about. Number 1, the willpower battery myth. Let's start with the big one. The idea that willpower is like a muscle that gets tired. You've heard this, right? My willpower is depleted. I used up all my discipline at work. Here's where it gets wild. For decades, psychologists ran experiments proving willpower runs out. Students resist cookies, then quit faster on puzzles. Science proved it. Case closed. Except, researcher Carol Dweck did something crazy. She asked, what if willpower depletion is just a belief? And here's where it gets insane. She tested Indian students fasting during Diwali alongside American students doing the same tasks. Same hunger. Same effort. Totally different results. Indians? 0 willpower depletion. Americans? Completely exhausted. What's the difference? Indians believed their spiritual practice gave them energy. Americans believed willpower was limited. Same bodies, different beliefs, opposite results. But wait, it gets even weirder. A sleep researcher tracked new parents for 3 months. Guess what? When babies woke them up at 3 a.m., they felt destroyed the next day. But when they woke up at 3 a.m. to catch an early flight to Hawaii, they felt energized. Same sleep interruption. Same biology. Different meaning. Your belief about willpower is literally creating your lack of willpower. It's not real. It's a story you're telling yourself. Comment below. My willpower is strongest when. Because I need to prove this to you. I'm reading every comment. Okay, so willpower is a belief. But here's the dangerous part nobody warns you about. There's one phrase you've been saying your whole life that's literally rewiring your brain to fail. I said it for years before I figured out what it was doing to me. And when I tell you what it is, you're going to realize you said it this week. Maybe even today. Number 2, the logic error of just say no. The phrase, just don't do it. Just don't eat the cookies. Just don't check your phone. Just don't procrastinate. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. You just activated your brain's self-destruct button. Here's the evil trick your brain plays on you. Right now, don't think about a pink elephant wearing sunglasses on a skateboard. What are you thinking about? The pink elephant. You cannot see it. This is called ironic process theory. And it's why Nancy Reagan's Just Say No campaign increased drug curiosity in some studies. You can't tell a brain don't without making it obsess over the thing. In 1987, psychologist Daniel Wegner proved this. He told people, don't think about white bears. Within minutes, they were thinking about white bears more than people who were told to think about them. Here's where this gets personal. I spent 3 years trying to just stop procrastinating on my side business. Every morning. Today I won't procrastinate. Guess what I thought about all day? Procrastination. I was drowning in guilt about the thing I was trying to avoid. Then I changed one word. Instead of don't procrastinate, I said do this first. I replaced the don't with a do. Suddenly, my brain had a target instead of a trap. This is why 85 to 95% of people who quit cold turkey fail. You're not quitting. You're just thinking about smoking 24/7. Quick question. What's the one thing you keep trying to resist, but it just makes you want it more? Drop it below. I'm betting half of you are going to say the same thing. But here's where your mind is about to be completely blown. Number 3, the automation paradox. You know what requires zero willpower? The thing you're doing right now. You're not using willpower to sit here. You're not using willpower to breathe. You're not using willpower to understand my words. It's all automatic. And here's the insane part. 40 to 45% of everything you do today is automatic. Duke University proved it. Almost half your life runs on autopilot. So why are you trying to build new habits with maximum effort, when your brain is designed to run on minimum effort? Here's a story that'll make this click. My neighbor Tom tried to force himself to floss for 10 years. Every night, I should floss. I need to floss. Never happened. Then his dentist said, just floss one tooth. That's it. One tooth after you brush. Tom thought it was stupid, but he tried it. First night, flossed one tooth. Second night, one tooth again. But here's what happened by night 4. He was flossing all his teeth. Why? Because once the floss was in his hand, the hard part was over. He automated the starting, not the finishing. 6 months later, he flosses without thinking. Zero willpower. It's just what he does now. James Clear calls this reducing friction. And it's why Americans waste 195 million hours per year arguing with themselves about going to the gym. That's 22,000 years of human time, lost to internal debates. Meanwhile, people who succeed, they don't decide to go to the gym. They lay out clothes the night before. They schedule it like a dentist appointment. They automated the yes, so there's no decision to make. I'm curious, what's one habit you do automatically now that used to feel impossible? Share your wins. Show others what's possible. Now here's the part that saved my life. Literally. 2 years ago, I was 40 pounds overweight, stressed out of my mind, and convinced I just had no self-control. Then I discovered this one trick that every casino in America uses to separate you from your money. And when I flipped it around, everything changed. And I mean everything. Number 4, the environment conspiracy. Your willpower isn't failing you. Your environment is working against you. Think about this. Every casino in America is designed to destroy your self-control. No clocks, so you lose track of time. Free alcohol to lower inhibitions. Maze-like layouts to keep you wandering. Flashing lights triggering dopamine hits. You think you're choosing to stay? Nah. Your environment is choosing for you. And here's the kicker that nobody wants to admit. Your home, your office, your car, they're all mini casinos. Designed by food companies, tech companies, and your own bad habits. Stanford behavior scientist B.J. Fogg proved this with his brilliant formula. Behavior equals motivation times ability times prompt. Look at your phone right now. When it sits on your desk, high ability. With notifications on, constant prompts. You need superhuman motivation to resist. But when it's in another room, suddenly your willpower mysteriously improves. Nothing changed about you. Everything changed about your environment. A 2016 Cornell study found that women who had breakfast cereal visible on their counters weighed 21 pounds more on average than those who didn't. Same people. Same willpower. Different environment. Story time. My colleague Mike struggled with late-night snacking for years. Tried every willpower trick in the book. Failed every single time. Then he did something brilliant. He didn't buy the snacks. Simple, right? He couldn't eat what wasn't there. Lost 30 pounds. Zero willpower required. He literally engineered willpower out of the equation. This is huge, so let me ask you. What's one thing in your environment right now that's sabotaging you? Comment, my environment sabotages me by. And let's identify the enemy together. So what does actually work? Here's the 5-step framework that's backed by research and changes lives. Number 5, the real solution. Listen carefully, because this is the framework that works when everything else fails. First, stop fighting yourself and start designing for yourself. Change the environment, not your character. Remove temptations. Add friction to bad habits. Make good choices the default, not the achievement. Second, replace, don't resist. When you want to scroll social media, have a better option ready. Interesting book on your nightstand. Workout clothes already on. Friend on speed dial. Give your brain something to do, not something to avoid. Third, shrink the change until it's laughably easy. Don't say, I'm going to exercise every day. Say, I'm putting on gym shoes after coffee. That's it. No workout required. Just shoes. The rest will follow naturally. Fourth, bundle the hard with the easy. Only watch your favorite Netflix show while on the treadmill. Only get your favorite coffee after you've journaled. Your brain will start craving the hard thing because it's linked to pleasure. Fifth, track behavior, not outcomes. Don't track pounds lost. That's frustrating and slow. Track days I prepared breakfast. That's in your control. Celebrate the action, not the result. The research is clear. People who use environmental design and behavior replacement succeed at 3 to 4 times the rate of people relying on willpower alone. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between success and failure. Which of these 5 resonates most with you? Comment the number, 1 to 5, and tell me which one you're trying first. I want to know what's clicking for you. So here's what just happened to your brain in the last 12 minutes. You learned that willpower is a lie your mind tells you. You learned that saying, don't makes you do the thing. You learned that automation beats motivation every time. And you learned that your environment is either working for you or against you. But here's what I didn't tell you yet, and this is the most important part. None of this works if you pick the wrong goal. See, I spent 5 years using these exact techniques to build a business I thought I wanted. I optimized everything. Environment, perfect. Habits, automatic. Willpower, didn't need it. And I was miserable. Why? Because I was efficiently pursuing the wrong thing. So here's your homework, and I'm serious about this. Pick one behavior you've been trying to change through willpower. Just one. Now comment, I'm redesigning my environment by. And tell me your specific change. Is it putting your phone in another room? Not buying junk food at the store? Laying out gym clothes before bed? Tell me, because I'm reading every single comment, and I will reply. And next week, we're diving into the biggest lie in personal development. Follow your passion. I'm going to show you why that advice destroys more dreams than it creates. And what you should do instead. If you don't want to waste the next 5 years like I did, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. This is information that literally nobody else is connecting the dots on. See you next week. And seriously, drop that comment. Let's make this real. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.